walking today. So leash walking is super important, you know, and it's a great moment to bond and have leadership with your dog. People do it different ways, you know. In dog training, when it's getting your dogs to do things, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. As long as the core principles are in play, you know, that's all that really matters. Some people just don't teach your dogs to heel. They just have the dog default yield to the leash, pay attention to them, always know if they're on the leash, they're right next to them. You can do that. I preferably like to teach dogs to heel because I can then release them to sniff and do things like that. So it gives me some structure and gives me some rules. So when you're in a heel position, there's no peeing, there's no sniffing, you're just paying attention to me, you're just walking. You know, I like to think of this is being called a structured walk, where you don't just get to do those types of things. You don't just get to have that freedom. And so one of the biggest underlying causes in dog training, or issues in dog training, is that the dogs don't value their owners, right? So this is another great way to establish that value and that leadership. So when I walk out of the house, you don't just get to sniff and do things like that. You need to heel, you need to do the proper things first, and then you'll get that reward. So how does this work? Walk out of the house in a heel, right? We go to the park, or we go to an area where we can let them pee, poo, sniff, do any of those things. And then I will release them. So you'll see in the video, I'm gonna heel a little bit just so you can see that they're walking next to me, and then I release them. At that point, they're able to go to the end of the leash, they're able to sniff, they're able to pee, they're able to poo, but it all came from me, right? That release came from me, and they had to do the good job walking for that to get there. So I'm all about communicating and making things clear to the dog. For me, that makes it super, super clear to the dog. Hey, if I say heel, you're walking on my left side, and it's not a fancy heel at all. It just means you're walking on my left side. The only caveat to that is I say, pick a side, right? If you call heel the left side, have a different name for the right side. Just to make sure it's clear. You're not ahead, you're not in front, you're just right there. Break.
I bet Taylor's gonna go pee right now. Oh, yeah, you should. That's okay. Okay, heel.